Okay, so I'm here in VR. I'm actually standing for this recording, so it feels a little disorientating. Actually, it's perhaps worth other people giving this a try because it's you certainly get a good feeling of height. Right, so we're looking at my cloud shadow fix. I'm here in Scotland again, and I'm just having a look around at how these shadows are casting on the hillsides and whether there's any problems. And there's a couple of things I've found that are worth mentioning. First of all, mainly it looks fantastic. As you can see over there, you've got some great cloud shadows on the close by hills, sort of in shadow in the distance and in the light in the foreground. Same if you look just down ahead of me, you can see that as well. So in the main, for what you mainly see, certainly in VFR flight, in VR, this Lua script that I wrote is doing what it should do. There again, top of that hill is in shadow, the top of the one in front of me is in the sunlight. And as you can see, there's no cloud flickering in the nearby shadows. And there's certainly, if I look out over to there, you can see there's cloud shadows on the ground with light dappling in between. And if I move my head, there's absolutely no flickering and no trouble. However, I've discovered that if you look really far into the distance, you do get a little bit of shadow rotation, but it has to be really far away. So if we look down there, I don't know if you saw that, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but those really distant mountains, if I turn, let's get the propeller out of the way. If I turn my head left and right, there we go. There's a little bit of the cloud shadows rendering strangely as I just nod my head up and down there. But again, for the close by cloud shadows, absolutely spot on with no problems. So it's a mixture. It's not perfect, as I said in the original install text. I think it's about feels about 90% fixed, and certainly in VR does give a much better sense of the ground textures. Looking out there again, you've got the hillside, some of it in light and some of it in shadow with no flickering, so it doesn't give you a headache. And over the ridge the same, you can see the cloud shadows nicely defined. But if we look out into the distance, we can see a little bit of movement on those mountains out there. And I'll have a look at what we can do to fix that. There might be something we could do with the shadow radius, I think. But at the moment, it's still much better for VFR flight. Right, hope that helps, and that you get some pleasure out of having your cloud ground shadows back, at least in this usable sense. Okay,